Today I want to demonstrate a little of how I begin layering with colored pencils in my drawings. In this video, I am just going to work on the background of this little portrait of Daniel Radcliffe as David Copperfield, which is going to be a dark tone and not have any detail. Simple and basic as the background will be, I will use the same slow and steady technique that I use all throughout the drawing to give it a smooth quality and decrease the grittiness of colored pencil. First, I'm going to start out with my nicely sharpened black pencil from Prismacolor and go in very softly in small motions. Here I am using 100-pound Bristol paper from Strathmore with a smooth surface. Since I will be adding multiple layers to achieve the dark value and richness of tone I want, going in softly and carefully from the beginning is, in my opinion, very vital, mainly to give the drawing a good base. So many artists I have seen who are notably talented often create a poor foundation by making the first layer really rough in order to cover the area in a short amount of time, then fix all the little nuances to smooth it over. This, however, creates an uneven surface which causes there to be an unequal distribution of pencil strokes. It then builds up with added layers and leaves behind a grainy appearance even after touching it up. Here you can get a better idea of the size of the drawing and how small his head is. The technique I use is also important because of the small size. Now I sped things up for you and went ahead and finished the left half of the background as well as part of his clothes. The second layer I'm going to add is indigo blue, which is one of my favorite Prismacolor pencils. As you can see, I am continuing making soft, precise strokes, often in a circular motion. After a few seconds, I make a quick little turn of my pencil to use the sharper edge of it. I usually start in the upper left-hand corner, but thought I would start by the side of his face so you can see how I draw right alongside him and blend outwards without leaving a visible contour line. The first couple of layers take the longest to draw. It takes me about an hour to cover a square inch. I enjoy taking the time it takes in order to attain a high level of quality in my art. A number of days and hours later, and I have finished drawing the other half of the background with the black and blue layers, and I'm now continuing on down with the blue pencil here. I've also completed his clothing. As you can see, just how the second color on the top of the first is already getting really smooth and very little of the grain is visible. So, now I am adding layer number 3 with this violet blue pencil, which is very creamy in texture, I must say. Prismacolor pencils are rather waxy and highly pigmented, which makes them really fantastic to layer with because they're easy to mix together. And some colors like this one are especially so. The pace picks up speed here a bit because it's more a matter of smoothing things over now that we have our well-covered foundation. It's slightly difficult seeing the different shades of blue in this clip. I also was filming this part on a sunny day as opposed to the rest of the video, so it looks rather vibrant. With each layer I make the edge of the border sharper, and yes, I am doing this without a ruler, but I did make an initial line with a ruler when I began the drawing. This is definitely the fun part as I can relax and see it come together much more quickly, and watching the colors become really smooth is most satisfying. I like making my colored pencil drawings look like they were not made with colored pencils. On average, I will use up to 7 layers of colors. For this drawing, however, I only had to use the black again after the violet blue, and the background was finished. I hope you enjoyed this video.